Son. All right, just drove this thing around the block first time, first heat cycle, everything else, got it out of the shop, everything else, like pulled it over here. It's Friday evening. We're fixing to try to load up next week, go to PRI first thing. It's in here. Tyler, you're going to do the photo shoot over the weekend, everything else, and just kind of, it's your buggy, you're going to love on it, man. Like, I really think it's awesome. It's parked over here. You can just hang out with it all weekend, polish on it, get ready to go to PRI, but want to do a walkthrough and really just kind of talk about really all the components and everything else and why it's cool and what all did we do on this one is different than everything else. So major thing that we did was, first off, with Jason and I sat down and we said, hey, we want to put the rocket ship into production, and we talked to you, other people. We added 3 inches pretty much right here. That's where the 3 inches got added. I have a lot of people like, what all's been changed on this one from the original one? So 3 inches right there got added. Let us run a lot different seats that we couldn't run before. And then what we're doing now is like, so this one with that 4L80 trans is like that was another big thing.
That's
like,
a huge thing on
like with the original rocket ship, it was LS, Turbo 400, Atlas, that was it. Now this is LS, 4L80, Atlas, but that's it. Like, right now, I think like that's about it. But like, we did one with a straight drive right here just recently. So a lot of guys like, you got plenty of room around a straight drive.
Yeah, you can move around on a couple different combos. The 4-speed Atlas is just not going in these things.
No, I mean, actually you could do it with a power line.
Now you're talking 2 speeds, fast and faster.
Yeah, like you got 2 speeds, fast and faster, and you could have it in a glide. Like, dude, I mean,
I didn't think about the glide.
A lot of crawler guys love the glide. So like you could do it. There's options to what you could run. Then the other thing, and it's probably my favorite thing we did, we raised the dash bar. This bar on the other one had a little bit of an uphill kick, and now it runs kind of a little bit flatter and runs into it. It bought us a little bit more room for a longer brake pedal and stuff in it. The check mark in the door, when you're sitting in the seat now, I can honestly see to right there. I can see this entire tire, and I can see to the inside footprint of this tire sitting in the driver's seat without really, that's not leaning out or nothing else. That's 5-pointed in, like totally see that tire. So what that means crawling wise is, of course, you can put the tire up against cracks or whatever else, but like driving fast, what that means is like, you know, if they've built a course that if they put up 2 things you're driving between and everybody else has went through them, if you'll make that tire clear, the other side's going to clear. It's like pulling a trailer. Shut your eyes and go. Like, just commit to it and go. So all you do is you just dial in on making that miss, and you worry about the rest later.
Oh, visibility helps you be able to just drive faster, cleaner. In the tight woods, when you're in the tight trees, when you can actually see what a tire is doing, you just get around them easier. No more 10-point turns. You might be able to catch it in one.
Yeah, I love that. So, honestly, that's the biggest chassis changes that we did. Now, we did a lot on the tabs and the brackets, like the pocket milling in the shocks, and we did that one on the engine cage, and we stepped all that up, and that looks cooler, but like everything else was there. And then from there, let's go down, set of 14-bolt axles. 14-bolt axles, brand new housings, 4-inch half-wall tubing. We built all that stuff here. Crane, Magnum, Inner C's, and Knuckles. We machine those right here. The high steer arm on it, we machine here. The unit bearing adapter we machine right here. It's Timken unit bearings. That's the ones we've had the best luck out of. There's cheaper ones on the market, but we just don't use them. We do have guys that buy axles and just say, hey, I'm going to do my own unit bearings, and they've had okay luck out of it, and that's fine. We only sell the Timken ones right now. And then our dry flange covers with big belt RCBs in the backside of it. So we build our own cover, moves the grease fitting inside and whatnot, moves it where you can grease it inside, and then puts a lock in it, and then you put our cover on it, just where it's branded out. It's a little bit cooler. Rear, straight axle, 40 spline, 14 bolt, 450 unit bearing on it. And then our brake package with a Willwood 4-piston caliper on it. We machined the rotor hat here, and then we've got a 14-inch rotor that we turned down to 3.75. And it fits that dyno-like caliper. So PSC steering on it, you can run. That's one thing that we love about this thing, and we like building a wide axle under it, is we can build a wide axle, go to a 10-inch ram, and it's right at, what is it, 40?
Right at 42.
42 or so, because I think that RCV maxes out at what, like 40?
44, 46.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We go just right less than what the RCV is. So
this puppy's got our double shear, high steer arm set up on it too.
it does.
That's new.
So, and Tyler, you were asking about that the other night. Like, why do we not just do a bolt on top like we've normally done? So we cut this arm off, like lopped the arm off right here, and then built this 1/4-inch plate out around it, because this is all in line. And like with the amount of up travel this thing has, the ram, you can't go any higher with it, and you can't go any lower with the ram to even try to come out on the bottom or whatnot. And then this puts it in a double shear setup and puts all the forces right back to the arm. And then that arm is keyed onto the knuckle, so we don't get any kind of ill effect out of that. So I really like that setup on it. It's something that we've been doing on a few other rigs. I think that's the first turnkey we've got it actually done on though.
Yeah.
So 10-inch ram. Then in the rear we covered 1480 drive shafts in this thing. It's that was one of the things I kind of wish we would have done in the original Rocketship, was we had 1410s in it, had pretty decent luck in it, but the 1480s I'm really looking forward to. I mean, it's just a beefier next size up on everything.
Big strong parts.
Something to not worry about. Then going into the shocks, did a 2-inch coil carrier. Same thing that we did on the old original Rocketship, was a 2-inch coil carrier, 14-inch travel in the front with a remote res, and then we've got a 3-inch 5-tube. Now this 3-inch 5-tube is different than the original one. So the compression tubes come down a little bit lower. They all hang out down there. So it took a little bit of packaging to do that. The reservoir hose on it's a lot bigger, so it can move fluid around. Custom built stainless steel headers. Warren winch on it. Like I said, Warren is still probably the only brand of product that has always been on our turnkeys. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Very neat.
PSC steering reservoir is kind of one of them things. Me and you talk whenever you come up and really like dial through colors. We really talked about what everything was going to be colored, and taking this apart and doing it in the Sharpie Sparkle. The custom Fairlead that we milled out and ground on and everything else, doing it in black. I know it'll wear off, but like, it's going to look cool. And if we'll make it back black again if it does get used and wear off.
Easy lights tucked in there.
Speaking about the colors right now, like, I'm dying for you to show everybody.
What?
Show them what we got going on with the colors. The two sides.
Do what with the two sides? Man, you want to do a like detailed interview, or you want to do? Let's get to the colors. All right, let's get to the colors. Come on. All right. That side was white. The side's purple. So you guys, if you watched the video before, you get to see Barry and them put a wrap on this thing. And man, I'll tell my version of the story. It may not be all true, but I'm gonna tell my version of it. Like, Tyler come in and he's always said he want to run different color wheels, black and natural. And I was like, well, man, that's cool. enough, I'm old enough to say you're punk kid enough to where that's cool now. So, but if you're going to do that, you got to fully do it. So like we did a white side and a purple side, or a light side and a dark side, and it's got the Jekyll and Hyde and everything else. So where did you find this at, Tyler? Like, where did you find this background? Was that something you saw on, that was kind of like on Kim Block's truck or something, right?
So I got up on the internet and I found the texture that I liked, but it didn't fit onto the car, but it was a really good starting point. And you know, drug my feet on going to Barry and all that, but we went to Barry and he took the idea and just absolutely ran with it. I mean, this guy treated it like his own car.
Absolutely. That's why we use it. So the minute you showed me them, I was like, boom, that's it. And I knew then, and Jason can jump in, like always in a route on a buggy, the worst thing is stopping at the dash, especially in these big dashes that we build to get so elaborate. So like trying to really wrap that whole thing is kind of a mess. They can do it, yeah. But like also, I really wanted it to really have a finish line of the front, the outside of the buggy to the interior of the buggy. Like I always love throwing a lot of effort into the interior of a buggy because I feel like it's really, whenever you roll it over, that's the piece that don't get tore up. So I'll crank a lot of effort into a dash. But like doing this pattern let us do this zigzag shard cutout thing that let us naturally end
The
wrap.
transition went smooth now, and you don't have that harsh break line just across it. You have a smooth transition from wrap back into your purple, and the interior and the exterior flow together, and that's a hard thing to try to get pulled off, and this time it actually really, really worked out.
Oh, it just...
Like you said about like windshields and stuff, if on a Jeep or any full body rig, you have a windshield that breaks up your exterior to interior. So it's a very easy line of,
yeah,
this is this and this is that. On a buggy where it just flows together, you want it to tie in and all look like it's one unit and not be two separate entities.
yeah. So we'll wrap up with what all details are here. We've got really Radflo Shocks, big old Griffin Radiator in it, which I'm so excited to see how it does, because like running it in the shop and cruising it around just a little bit, whatnot, like fan cycling and everything else. I'm really just excited about having a huge radiator in this thing. Moved the sway bar in it, can't wait to see how that does. Then dive into the interior. This right here is absolutely probably one of our proud moments of, what do you want to call it, engineering, design, whatever else. I ain't gonna call it engineering, but more design. Is like Jason and I have been trying to build a dash that is custom looking and somewhat laser cuttable, press breakable, repeatable, that we can sell to people in these buggies. Because to me, like if I can get a buggy with a cool dash, if I can buy a chassis that I can buy a cool dash for, I'll buy that chassis, because like I said, I love an interior. So like we can build this dash and sell with this buggy now, and we're really, really, really proud of it. But the fact of it is, like we kind of, man, we got into whatever you want to call design block, writer's block, whatever else, like trying to design a dash that was different from what was in the original Rocketship, because that dash really did fit really well. Jason drew around on it, I drew around on it. We both just like, man, everything we were coming up with just felt like a layup. And then really kind of whenever we threw the extra wing into the side of it over here is whenever it really just hit us of like, okay, we've got it, we got to go with it now. Because like this,
oh, the light bulb came on.
Yeah, this wing over here, and then sinking back the gauges, building this in. Like, I love this because with a screen, the worst thing about the screen that I don't like is whenever the sun shines on them, you get this weird effect on them. So now you shouldn't have that with it being back in there if you put a Holley 10-inch screen on it, or you can run these altimeter gauges in there. So that's a huge thing to me, the layout of it, where all the shifters are, where all the transfer case shifters, ARB switches and everything else. I love where the switches are over there. Turning brakes, unique to this thing. I don't know if it'll be a thing or not. I'm super excited to play with it, because like it's going to be a toy. Like that is damn near going to be as much giddiness, toyness as rear steer is for a little bit. I guarantee you.
The feeling of it when you're in driving, it just has that fighter jet cockpit kind of Apache helicopter feel to it, and it's unique.
Yeah.
It's something we hadn't really done before, and it turned out really well.
Yeah. Big tranny cooler, big intercooler, big fuel cell, 20-gallon fuel cell. Then a toolbox on the back. That's the logistics of it. 4 bump stops. That is something else. We put bump stops in the front of this that we didn't have in the other one. We put a big alternator on this one that we didn't have on another one. We tried to fix some problems with there that we knew we had. Then it all just come together. The purple, the wrap, the Sharpie sparkle that I hope you can catch on camera and make it look right and everything else. But like, where I'm really going to say that I'm pretty much as proud of this thing as anything is like Sam, Hunter, everybody involved really, really, really dug deep. And the reassembly on this car we tried to do is good as we've ever done. I was pretty much really probably a pain in the butt to them on every hose to everything that I wanted to see done, just because I didn't want any issues with the way something was routed or whatever else. And man, these guys, just like the effort y'all poured into it, I can't tell y'all thank y'all enough. Like that's me saying really a big thank y'all to it, because like you really went above and beyond and put in the time and the extra mile on it, and it really does show.
Can't wait to see it under the lights of PRI.
Yeah, so from here we're leaving. We're wrapping up. Today's Friday. Monday, we've got some little stuff to do, and then swap it out, put it on roller tires, put it in the enclosed trailer. You and I are fixing to go north to PRI, and hopefully everybody goes to PRI. They can check it out. We'll try to link into the video what booth and stuff it's going to be at the PRI show, so you can stop by and check it out. And that's it, man. I don't know really what else to cover on it. That is just overall really excited, glad to see it done, and just now it's going to be a lot of fun watching you get in the car, testing it, tuning it. We're definitely taking it to King of the Hammers. We're going to try to go trail ride just some easy break-in miles before KOH. Jason's trying to build this Razor in record time, so like we've got a lot on our plate right now. It's a lot of fun around here. Got other turnkeys that are coming back to back. We got some Jeeps and stuff that are coming right back that are going to be over the top. So it's exciting times around Wide Open Design right now. It's pretty good. So yeah, I'd say from this point, it's time to really wipe this thing down, take all the good still photo shots, and let's get ready to wrap it up. We're gonna hang out with this thing for the weekend, do all your photo shoots and everything else. Monday morning, come in, hit it, load it in the trailer, and get ready to go.
I'm down. That's all I gotta say.
You down?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much like the last video where you got on to me about it. So I'm
hey, I can tell you, are you excited yet?
I'm very excited. After I sat in the buggy, I probably should have rode with you around the block, really, but we're good. Maybe Jason will take me for a ride over the weekend.
Yeah, maybe. So always aggravate you and tell you not to get excited until it's done, but like it's probably time to get excited.
To get excited.
You get excited now.
I'm excited.